What's up, what's up, what's up? We back at it again, man. Shout out to the Sidewalk Gang. Hey, check this out. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, man. Share it out. Hey, check this out. All right. So I was sitting back. I seen something come across my news feed. It told me that YNW Melly, ex-girl, got arrested. I'm thinking like, man, what she done? What she get arrested for? Then it dawned on me. I remember watching the episode of Law and Crime. Y'all know I be watching Law and Crime like it ain't no tomorrow. I watched the episode where her and her lawyer was up there talking about the situation with YNW Melly. A lot of people felt like she overspoke because she acknowledged that she had a warrant for not going to testify at the trial. She was supposed to be a witness for the prosecution, but she wound up not showing up.
And now you said that there's an arrest warrant. It's still out. It's still outstanding. Why do you feel comfortable coming out now and talking about this?
Because I just want people to know that I'm not running because of like any money or anything like that. It's because I don't want to go to jail for something that I did. I don't want to go to jail for something that I didn't do or something that I'm not a part of. I just feel like people's looking at my side of this. They're looking at me wrong, and that's not what what they're showing is not true, basically.
I remember her mother saying she felt like she was pressured into doing it anyway, like she feel uncomfortable. I remember the daughter on this same interview say that she had an active warrant and she was laying low because she didn't want to go to jail for something that she did not do. And that kind of comes into with the threatening thing, because in her initial interview, she said that she felt like the lead detective, kind of pressed her or tricked her in her young mind, because she was only 17 years old, into thinking that she was going to go to jail and they was going to file charges against her for being an accessory after the fact. So she said she told them everything that she knew. And once she told them, they started telling her she was lying. She getting harassed, in her words, not mine, in her words, say she was getting harassed.
When he first came to my house, it was so unexpectedly. I had pulled up with my cousin, and they were outside my house, parked. And I'm like, I was confused. I'm like, what's going on or whatever. I'm asking what's going on. She was like, they want to talk to you. You have to talk to them. They're threatening, saying that you're going to go to jail. So I'm like, oh my gosh. I end up telling him my story. I told him what I knew. He told me that I was lying. He told me that I knew more than what I was telling, and that he was going to, he could arrest me for accessory after the fact. So we end up he wanted me to get on a tape recording and tell him what he wanted me to tell him, so which I did. After that, he was like, they wouldn't bother me anymore. I thought they wouldn't bother me anymore. They was still calling and texting my mom, asking for me. I refused to talk so many times. And yeah, I haven't really talked to them ever since then, since 2019.
You're serving subpoenas to my ex-husband's house. We don't live there anymore. I have an address. Christine Bradley has not had one sheriff knock on my door in Orlando, Florida, and serve me a subpoena, not once, ever.
Mariah, what did you think of your mom's testimony? As I said, it was heated.
Yeah, it really was heated. Like I said, I didn't like it. I just felt like she was painting a wrong picture for me and my mom, basically making it seem like we were paid off, and that wasn't the case.
And that we were running from her when our lawyer has
Yeah.
called her on so many times, and we've even set up times to meet with her to get this taken care of. And it's like with her, it's either you go to jail, you say what I want you to say, or you go to jail. And I don't think witnesses shouldn't be treated like that.
And that's the reason why I haven't.
My daughter's
came, because you're threatening me with jail if I don't tell you what I want to hear, and it's like, that's not fair.
Okay, so that was back then. So remember, I told y'all she acknowledged having a warrant. Well, we speed up the process. We come all these years later, and she goes on not vacation, but she goes for her birthday to El Salvador, right? And when she comes back into the States in the customs, they run her name and find out that she has an active warrant, which really she already knew about. But I guess she just chanced it, right?
She was arrested on Sunday while trying to come back into the country. No, she wasn't fleeing from law enforcement or hiding out. Instead, she was doing what most 24-year-olds do, travel to a fun destination for her birthday. This destination just so happened to be El Salvador. And when she returned to the States, Customs ran her information, saw a warrant out for her, called Miami PD, and they arrested her.
Well, she goes to jail. Now they have a hearing. The prosecutor brings up this same interview from Law and Crime where she states that she has an active warrant.
Your Honor, we were here on Ms. Hamilton's mother, Felicia Holmes. Same argument but even more so with Ms. Hamilton is she's evaded service. She's known about the warrant. She's even gone on Law and Crime and did an interview in her lawyer's office where she said she knew about the warrant. And I quote, "I'm currently wanted. I would rather get the warrant lifted. I'm lying low," and not turning herself in.
Her defense attorney tried to say that she was served improperly, you know what I'm talking about, and that she basically didn't have knowledge whether she had one or didn't, because the prosecution was basically playing games with her other attorney because she has a new attorney now. If y'all didn't know, the other attorney I guess is gone or was out. She got a new attorney. And basically this was about bail. So the judge brought up the fact that she did not come the last time, and the prosecution wanted her to have an ankle monitor.
So I would ask that if Your Honor is inclined to release her based on all this, that you at least put an ankle monitor on her, just like Ms. Holmes, to make sure that she shows up when she's supposed to show up.
Defense has evidence that she was not served with that writ or warrant or whatever we call it. No notice, no opportunity to be heard. I don't have any facts that have been, I should say, the state has not presented me any facts that she was ever out of the state. So also, that document, if it is a proper writ or warrant, is stale. That document addresses a trial that happened in 2022, and I believe, I don't have it in front of me, I believe it orders that Ms. Hamilton be arrested and detained for no longer than 60 days during the period or the pendency of that trial back in 2022. So it's a stale warrant to begin with. I don't see any legal basis for her to have been arrested or to remain in custody. And you know, in my initial motion, the emergency motion I filed, I did ask ultimately for an ROR. I don't think that's appropriate. I think the court must release her, no conditions. I mean, if the state feels that she's a material witness, I suppose they can serve her with a proper subpoena right now in court or before she leaves.
So now they done got her in custody. They're thinking about putting an ankle monitor on her. I think they're gonna have a brand new hearing to determine whether or not she gets a monitor. But it looks like she's gonna be able to bond out, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that support this channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. Sidewalk Gang, checking out.